Welcome to City Grilling. My name's Ron Ford, and in this episode I'm going to make hamburger sliders. And of course these are popular from White Castle or Crystal's, all kinds of restaurants. There used to be a place, I remember when I was a kid driving through 75 in Jellicoe, Tennessee, that had these hamburgers for like 10 cents. So it's a real simple recipe. And here I have probably 2.5 to 3 pounds of hamburger meat, ground round. It's pretty lean. You can do like an 80% or higher, and that'll work fine. I already diced up some onions, so I'm ready to go there, and I have some beef stock that I'll use later on. For the hamburger though, we're going to go ahead and pour in a cup of water, just like so. And then I already have some salt, sea salt, a teaspoon or so of sea salt, and I'll just put it in here just like that. And we're going to puree this basically to a paste of hamburger meat, so we can spread this out. So here we go. All right, it's been spinning for about a minute. So let's take a look here. We just want this nice kind of pasty hamburger meat. It's a lot different than what we're used to for hamburger, of course. But that's looking really perfect the way I want it. I don't want to see hamburger like we typically see in a hamburger patty. I want this just to be like this. It's almost creamy, right? So let me bring this out of here, and I'm going to put it on some trays. All right, now I have this hamburger meat ready to go. Again, it's kind of pasty-like, and I'm just going to put it on these baking sheets that I have some plastic wrap on, just to help keep it from sticking really bad. So I'm just going to divvy this up, put it on both of them, just like so. And I'll go ahead and finish this off like that. Go ahead and bring the rest of this out of here, like so. I'll grab another piece of plastic wrap from my hand because I really don't want it to stick all over myself. It'll be nice to help push this around a little bit. So, or I can put plastic wrap over the whole thing, and that's easy to do too. Just go like this, and spread it out. We want this to be about 1/4 inch thick, which isn't really very thick. If you like a little bit thicker, you could go up to 1/2 inch. But basically, I'm just going to spread this out on the tray, just like so. I'll go ahead and finish this up. We'll take on to the next step. Alright, I have the meat spread out on the pan, and the next thing I want to do is score the meat. I try to get it fairly rectangular as best, or squared up that I can. It's okay if they're not perfect, that's alright. We're not the company itself, so this is homemade. So I'm going to score the meat and do about a 2.5 inch square. So what's really great is a pizza cutter for this. And I'm just going to go through lightly just to make this score mark through the hamburger. And I'll go ahead and come up this other side and then kind of guesstimate here what looks to be about 2-inch patties. Just like that, and these will be a little bit smaller, but that's okay. We can double up the hamburger meat. Next thing you want to do is give them some breathing holes. So when we're cooking this on the grill, or you can cook it on the oven too, with the onions and broth, we need it to be able to get the heat to transfer through the meat. So we can just take a straw, something simple like this, and I put 5 little holes in it, just like so. There's 4, maybe one in the middle here, just like that. Just some breathing room for it. That'll help it out dramatically when we're out on the grill. And I'll just go ahead. Can't quite get 5 there. I can, and just go through all of them. Bam. 2, 3, 4. And 5, just like so. Just clean those out a little bit. Leave that meat right there so we'll cook for it. And I'll go ahead and finish up the rest of these. Okay, so I have the holes placed in them. I've scored them. That'll just make it easy to break apart later. So the next step, we can't put these on the grill yet. We need to actually freeze them. If you want to make extra, that's the perfect time. You freeze them. You can break them apart later and store them for another use. So I'm just going to take these and place them into the freezer. I want them to get pretty firm, so I'll just go ahead and stick them in there, and maybe in another hour, check them to make sure they'll be a little bit pliable, but not too much. That's what we want. All right, I pulled the hamburger out of the freezer. It's been a while. You know, we scored that earlier, so that way I can hopefully bend this just like so on those score marks to bring out just like that, just like that. So we're just gonna break this apart, the hamburger, just like so. This one's a little bit cut, a little funky there, but it's okay. Break it apart, bring it off the plastic, and again, I'm just gonna break it because it's perforated just like that because I scored that, and go ahead and bring these patties apart just like that. I can stack them all up, I can freeze them for later use if I want to, and in this case I'm just going to go get them all ready and take them and put them on the grill. Alright, I'm out on the grill. I'm slowly heating up my burners, and I have like 2 broiler pans because they're nice and deep. I like to use these, and what I have now is my diced up onions. I use in a food processor, about 3/4 cup. I have some 2 bouillon cubes and about almost 3 cups of water right now. And so I'm just going to place half of that in there and half of it in there. I might get some more water, but I'll let this kind of cook and just kind of simmer up a little bit in these trays. So I can tell I need a little bit more water. I might add another bouillon cube, mix it up, and just let it sit there. Once I feel like this is like started to cook just slightly, I don't want it to get brown, just kind of translucent, and that's good enough. I can actually turn it off and then come back when I get ready to put the hamburger meat on or these patties, and then then heat the grill back up. But right now I think I'll get just a little bit more water. All right, we're out at the grill. I'm at 325. I like to get up to 350. And that's okay. I've got my onions, my beef broth in there. So I'm going to go ahead and place my sliders on the tray. You know, that's that onion broth in there. And essentially, we're really boiling the hamburger. Well, it's a lot different than what we're used to. I may not get all these in on here. That's okay. Find a smaller one to fit in the corner here. Just like so. And go ahead and place these on here. See if I can get them all on. That'll be great. I am starving. The onion just smells delicious in here. I don't think they'll all fit. That's okay. I'll do a second batch. But I'll go ahead and place these on, and I'll wait. I'll turn up the heat just slightly, and I'll wait until I start to see some juices starting to flow on the top of them, and then we're ready to flip them over. Alright, I have some nice bread to put these sliders on. So what I do while this is cooking, warming up in here, I'll go ahead and wrap them up to kind of help steam up those buns. Now, it's a lot different from the restaurants, the fast food industry. You know, they have a giant skillet that they're working on, and they're going to put the buns right with the meat. But for this case, in the grill, they're just going to heat up in there. I'll flip them, rotate them every now and then, just like so, and that'll be perfect. Alright, I can check the burgers. Oh, they look great. I'm going to turn on my light here. Yes, they are ready to flip over, so let's just go ahead and flip those over. You see the juices on the top. Oh, with that onion flavor in there, that's going to be nice. I'll go ahead and flip these, and then go ahead and add the other ones in, and we'll be ready to eat here in just a few minutes. I brought the hamburger in. I got some curly fries for the kids, and I brought in the buns as well. So I'll go ahead and bring one of these steamed buns in, and open it up. Just place the meat right on it, just like so. Oh, that's good. You can double it up if you choose to. And just put it on like that. Excellent. You can put a pickle on there, ketchup, mustard, whatever you want. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and go to citygrill.com to get the recipe. See you. Thanks.